Local support for this program is provided in part by the North Florida Education Credit Union, a full-service, not-for-profit financial cooperative meeting the banking needs of consumers since 1954. North Florida Education Credit Union, the power to do more.
In this edition of Classroom Connection, teachers and students make themselves at home in Wakulla County's new middle school. 4th and 5th graders want you to get excited about voting in this election year, and a new type of school is transforming the outlook on education in Leon County. Stay with us. Classroom Connection starts right now. Good evening, I'm Lisa Park. School overcrowding is a pretty common complaint from parents and teachers in the Big Bend. Students may have to push their way through the halls, leaving them frustrated and sometimes even making them late to class. Classroom Connection's Emily Butler shows us how one county has eased the pressure on their overloaded classrooms.
The Wakulla County School District has hit the jackpot. Thanks to $10 million from the Florida Lottery, River Springs Middle School opened its doors this August to more than 500 students.
There was a great need in our county because the Wakulla Middle School had risen to about 1,100 students, and that's too many students in a middle school, we feel like, to be able to effectively deliver the kind of instructional programs that we wanted to.
River Springs Middle School offers students breathing space, and that means a better chance to learn.
Last year, it was crazy because there were so many kids. It was like you couldn't move anywhere. So you were always late to your classes and everything like that. So here it's a lot easier because there's only 600 kids in the whole school.
Having a smaller school is also relief for parents and for those teaching their kids.
The one thing that's helpful with the kids here is that we have smaller classes and the teachers can help more.
Spend just a few minutes walking the halls of the new River Springs Middle School and you'll find there's a great deal of pride here. But the reasons for that pride go beyond the newly painted walls and shiny floors and into the classroom. Students at this school benefit from team teaching, a unique method where 2 to 3 people share teaching responsibilities for the same group of students all year, which means students and teachers get to know each other better.
So what we were trying to accomplish today, I guess, in a word, was to get, or a phrase, is to try and get students to think critically and to become worldwide learners, to use their environment and not just rely on a teacher.
I think Ms. Hutchins is one of the best teachers I've ever had because it's like she doesn't just slap us with a worksheet and say, okay, do it, She likes to know what we think, and she likes to try to, expand our horizons and consider more, think more like scientists.
Teachers and parents agree. In this new smaller school, the students are the real winners. For Classroom Connection, I'm Emily Butler.
In our last show, we told you about the Kids Voting program, where students K through 12 are able to vote in their own election. Kids coordinate the program and man the poll sites themselves. Now we learn that kids also promote the program themselves through their own entertainment troupe.
The right to vote is free.
They rap.
Kids voting is here. Sign up today.
They sing.
Around you, the way things are changing will really astound you.
They do it all to get people excited about voting in the upcoming election. This is the Leon County Kids Voting Troupe from Holy Comforter School in Tallahassee. Music teacher Diane Whitney created the first troupe 8 years ago as a way to promote the kids voting program. She selects a new troupe each year.
The troupe is made up of 4th and 5th graders who indicate an interest, and I audition them. I'm looking for enthusiasm and commitment and interest in civic affairs.
This year, there are 18 students in the troupe. They perform a rap, a song, and a skit that promote the importance of voting.
We work on the hand motions and how everybody should stand and facial expressions.
I've always wanted to sing, but I never did have the courage to up in front of folks and people, but I think this ought to be a way for me to do that.
The troupe performs at community events in elementary schools during kids' voting rallies.
The other kids seem to like it a lot because they see other kids their age doing like things you might not see regular kids doing.
This year's troop has made an audio tape to send out to all the local schools, and it'll come with a lyric sheet so everybody can learn the words and sing along with the troop, even someone like me, although I'm getting some special help.
I get to be with my friends, and it's just fun.
But it's not all just fun and games. The troop has an important message for everyone.
Get out and vote! Get out and vote! Get out and vote!
It's not too late to have the Kids Voting Troop come out to your school. All you have to do is contact Coordinator Diane Whitney at the Holy Comforter School to schedule a performance. When Classroom Connection returns, find out how NIMS Middle School is evolving into a state-of-the-art training site for teachers. But first, take a look at these upcoming educational events happening around North Florida. As more scrutiny is placed on school grading and student performance, many districts are looking for innovative ways to improve their schools. Our own Emily Butler has discovered what happens when two major universities team up to create a new kind of school.
In a town rich with educational resources and leadership, schools exist that are considered underperforming. That is, there are schools that aren't quite making the grade, particularly in the Southside area of Tallahassee, Florida. If your child attends one of these schools, like NIMS Middle School, you might be concerned. If you're a parent, you may want to know what's being done about it. Well, there is some encouraging news, as there is a new kind of school coming to town. It's part of what's called the Professional Development Schools Network, or PDS.
We're really excited. We're going to be the first school in Leon County to implement the Professional Development School model.
For the first time ever, Florida State University, Florida A&M University, and Leon County schools have signed a contractual agreement which outlines their commitment to improve schools in the South Side.
The Professional Development School Network model has really four main parts. One, it's in teacher preparation. It will help us, help both Florida State and Florida A&M to better prepare those who are entering the teaching profession. The second part is for our existing teachers we've already hired. It's a wonderful opportunity for them to be more involved with both universities and even increase their skills and sharpen their skills, if you will. The third thing is it will help us, help the universities in the area of research. Because we know that as fast as things are moving today, research is critical in terms of helping our students perform better. So we'll be involved in that. And then the fourth thing, part of it, of course, is the fact that our students' performance, we know, will increase.
This long-term partnership, among other things, strives to improve teacher education.
NIMS is the pilot for the professional development schools here in Leon County. And one thing students here are already beginning to notice are more students in their classroom.
Students like Kale, a sophomore at FSU who is studying to become a teacher.
All of my classes somehow have a tie with another class here. Like my writing class, we have pen pals. We're reading the same young adult novels that they are. And then for my methods course, I come here and do my pre-internship with my supervising teacher.
Teachers appreciate the extra set of eyes and hands, but Florida State University's Dr. Laura Hassler tells us they too have an opportunity to go back to school.
For example, this summer, a group of NIMS teachers were trained at FSU in distance learning.
Teachers take their student seats in this graduate class called Precision Teaching. It covers what works and what doesn't. Dr. Hassler hopes parents will see the benefit of this interaction with the university.
It's a very exciting opportunity for their children to interact with more adults, to interact with adults that are better prepared.
NIM's excitement of crossing over into uncharted waters was evident at their kickoff celebration last month.
Crossing Jordan!
The school will be reading Crossing Jordan by local author Adrian Fogelin. This project is a direct result of planning lessons together between the two universities and NIMS. The author encouraged the kids to read more, and so did another familiar face who has been seen running around town. All of which was to get the students psyched up for school.
I have no doubt that the students will be a lot more successful. I think they'll be a lot more focused on what they're being taught.
These schools will serve as a laboratory for employing best practices in teaching in order to improve school performance. And hopefully, what is successful here can be used as a model example nationwide.
When you have two universities teaming up with the school system, with the support of the community in general, that's a unique combination, and it's one that we're absolutely sure that will have national prominence.
All involved are hoping to make our schools a better place today.
Ultimately, my dream is that in Leon County we'll have no D schools and no C schools.
For Classroom Connection, I'm Emily Butler.
And joining me now in the studio to talk more about the Professional Development Schools Network is Leon County Superintendent of Schools, Bill Munford.
Hi, Emily.
Beverly Owens, Principal of NIMS Middle School.
Hello, Emily.
Hello. Dr. Cindy Bowman, Assistant Professor in the Florida State University English Education Program.
Hi.
And the Dean of Students at NIMS, Daisy Bush.
Hi, Emily.
Hello. Thank you all for joining us today and taking time to come and talk with us. In talking with all of you, I can see that you all share genuinely in the enthusiasm in this partnership. But first, let me ask you, Superintendent, for parents who may be hearing about this partnership for the first time, whether they be parents of students that are at NIMS or parents of students at another school somewhere in this county, what would you want to tell them about this partnership if they may be wondering, is this going to impact my school and how is this going to affect my child?
It's going to have a tremendous positive impact on our children and our staff at NIMS, and hopefully the rest of the schools as well. This is a wonderful opportunity with many wonderful opportunities for our students and our staff, because it's the first time that we have a professional development school model here in Leon County. It's a wonderful opportunity to work with Florida State University in this endeavor. We're very, very excited about it. We know that it will prove to be very, very beneficial for our students.
And Ms. Owens, can you tell me a little bit more about how, I understand that First NIMS has successfully, before this partnership came to be, successfully pulled the grade of a D up to a C.
Right.
And you should be commended for that.
Thank you very much. We're excited about that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what your hopes are for this year and how this partnership, do you think, will impact your school and the students' performance?
Well, honestly, our motto for the year is to maintain the momentum. And I think that this PDS model will help us do that. I feel like we provided a quality education for our students, but what I believe is that this model will help us improve educational opportunities for students at NIMS and at Florida State, and hopefully even Florida A&M, and also improve educational opportunities for teachers at NIMS, administrators, and also professors at FSU and hopefully at Florida A&M. By improving teaching and learning, not only will we maintain the momentum, hopefully we can reach that B, which is what we want to do in the long run.
And I remember actually talking with a few of your teachers at NIMS who told me that because of this partnership, they were actually, in fact, going back to school and going to obtain their master's degree in education.
Right. They're going back to school. We've got many that are considering doing that, but in addition to that, there are many training opportunities that are available as a result of what we're doing. And we also have many, many FSU students, college students, who can share best practices that they've learned, current best practices. So our teachers are learning from students at FSU while they learn from our teachers.
Wonderful. And Ms. Bowman, Dr. Bowman, I understand that you've been described from everybody here and other people as being the energy behind all of this. Can you tell us a little bit briefly about some more of the lesson plans that you are going to be coming up with this year for NIMS?
I don't know if I'm the energy behind this, but I definitely have a lot of enthusiasm. I've seen professional development schools work in other states, and it's exciting. As a professional educator, it is the shot in the arm that keeps you going when anything else could get you down. The English education faculty at Florida State are working together, each of us taking our own areas of expertise. Dr. Susan Wood is bringing writing into some of the classrooms through pen pal exchanges. Dr. John Simmons is bringing some reading practices into the classrooms to share with the teachers. Dr. Sissy Carroll has her students currently at NIMS, and then my students are going to be bringing technology best practice into the classrooms.
Great. And Ms. Bush, I understand that not only are you the Dean of Students at NIMS,
but you've also taught at NIMS in the past, and you have a 7th grader that's currently enrolled at NIMS.
I love NIMS.
Can you tell me a little bit more as a parent, from your perspective, how do you see this impacting your child?
It has a tremendous impact. First of all, just being aware of what your student is doing is allowing you to stay on top of things and be able to help students out. And seeing the enthusiasm not only from my child but from other students in the school, you're able to stop and talk. And I think not only have students read the book, faculty's read the book, I've read the book, and we can talk and conversation about what's going on in the classroom, and they can tell you on our ride home, and we can talk about, you know, what's going on in the book. How does this impact you? Talk about some of the look at the plot and talk about some of that and how it impacts him as a student, as a person today.
Well, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for taking time again to come and talk with us about this. I know that we could talk about this for a great deal more time. Would you please come back later in the year and tell us a little bit more of your successes? We'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Wonderful.
All right, thanks so much. And Lisa, back to you.
Thanks, Emily. Up next, Mark Quincy Adams shows us how mentoring has made big changes in the lives of school children in Gadsden County. But for right now, here's some TV for Teachers programs coming your way on WFSU. Each show has educational materials that you can use at home or in the classroom.
They benefit humankind but affront Mother Nature. Necessary but costly. Creative and destructive.
Next to nuclear power, dams are the biggest Faustian bargain that mankind has struck with nature.
Join author-illustrator David Macaulay and explore our most controversial constructions. Dams, next time on Building Big. An army attacks. Explosions rock the earth. And lives are threatened. But this is no war. It's a tunnel. Join author-illustrator David Macaulay for a journey into tunnels. Next time on Building Big.
Last month, we gave you a look into how the FSU mentoring program is helping kids here in Tallahassee, but adults and teachers are reaching out to students in many other communities and making a difference in their educational and emotional well-being. Classroom Connections' Mark Quincy Adams takes us to Gadsden County, where a special kind of mentoring program is helping kids at the elementary and middle school levels.
Gadsden County is home to a unique mentoring program called HOST, which stands for Helping One Student to Succeed. AmeriCorps workers and local volunteers meet with the students each day during the school year to improve their reading skills. We visited such a program here at Greensboro Elementary School. Tammy McGriff-Farland is the district-wide coordinator of HOST, which is in 11 Gadsden County schools. Although the program has been in place less than a year, she has noticed significant results and hopes for continued governmental and community support.
In Gadsden County, we have seen a lot of successes. I am a former host teacher from Havana Elementary School, and one in particular that I am proud to talk about is the fact that our school had been identified as an F school. We implemented the host program for 3 months, and we moved from the F to a D. Now, that may not seem significant, but it is when you're moving off of a critically low list, and we're sure that we're going to see this kind of growth throughout the district.
Doris Hinson is a host facilitator at Gadsden Elementary School. She works with both the mentors and the students from the beginning of the assessment to the completion of the assignment.
Well, I target the children that we're going to be serving. I assess them. I run prescriptions. And then I work with the mentors on helping these children to master those particular skills that are included in their prescription. The thing that has pleased me the most is that since I was a classroom teacher, I can zero in on the skills that the children are missing and pull the resources that I know they need instead of trying to guess where they are, because I have that inside touch by being a classroom teacher. See, I also work with them because when they do their book with their mentor, before they can get another book, they have to read that book to me. So we have a program here where we call Success for Keys, and every time they finish their reading book, they get a key on their ring. And at the end of the month, the AmeriCorps members will give them what we call a basket of books. So that's the incentive.
Since the mentors in the host program work on a one-to-one basis with their students each day, they form a special bond with the children.
The most fulfilling part and satisfying part about being a mentor is I like working with children, and I try to build relationships with them so they will feel comfortable. And the room, of course, is an inviting area for them. And I love working with kids. You know, that is something that I plan to do in the future. And it's just great. They respond well. I'm very humorous, so it's great working with them.
For Classroom Connection, this is Mark Quincy Adams.
If you would like to be a mentor in Gadsden County or would like more information about this program, contact hosts at the numbers on your screen. These days, school involves more than just paper and pencil, and media specialists are more than just high-tech librarians. As education enters the technology age, a school's media center has become a place to study, create, and inspire. In Monticello, May Eva Wilson has been keeping students at Howard Middle School on their toes for more than 33 years. As a media specialist, she introduces these students to the world outside of Jefferson County using everything from paperbacks to the internet.
Here at our media center, we're student-oriented. We do video productions here. We work with photography here. The kids can take pictures, and we have a dark room. I don't get on them very often. I do have to get on them sometime, but I want them to feel free. This is their library. It's for their use. And I try to make myself accessible to them at all times.
Howard is the only middle school in Jefferson County, and the students have a wide range of reading levels and needs. Struggling with discipline and a lack of parental involvement is a frequent part of Mrs. Wilson's school day.
My morning starts with around 7:30. Students are banging at the door to get in to either return a book or check out another. We are from a low socioeconomic area. We have a lot of students that if they don't get it here at school, they won't get it. I come in contact with a lot of students that they just want attention. They just want the mother attention or the father attention. And we try to do that. We try to give them that. I love it. I love it. I hate to think about retiring. I love my job.
A recent University of Kansas study stated that the PBS show Between the Lions significantly improved basic reading skills, especially in kindergartners, just by watching the show for 1 month. Between the Lions airs here on WFSU TV every weekday at 11:30 a.m. The show's website supports the TV show in its goal to teach literacy to young children ages 4 to 7. Our own web world wizard, John Webb, is here to show us more about the site. John?
Thanks, Lisa. Between the Lines is a great educational site for parents, teachers, and kids. You'll find it at www.pbs.org/kids. Now, when you come to this page, down at the bottom, you'll find a pull-down menu and select Between the Lions, and then make sure that after you select that, you click on the word Go. Otherwise, you'll just sit there. Now, when you come to that page, you'll find the most useful information links down at the bottom, and click on How to Use This Site. And that'll give you an idea of how the site's laid out, its curriculum, and its contents. Now, if you're a teacher, a parent, a student, or somebody helping out a younger child, just click on the word Parents. That whole section is for you. So when you come to that section, once again, you'll have the link to how to use this site. There's also a main site index. And the main site index will give you a list of all the stories that are in the Between the Lions series. So if a child has an area that their favorite story is, this is probably the quickest way to find it. Now, the way the site is set up is that there's an adventure map, and basically an adventure is a collection of stories and games associated with that show. Now, when you come in there, there'll be a whole story for a kid to go through and read, and then at the end of the story, they can go through and they can play a game. And the game will give them an opportunity to learn and play around with sounds. Now, to play the game, you'll need Macromedia Shockwave, and that is free, and you can download it, and it's safe. Now, if you ever have trouble on a page, just scroll down, and at Cliff's Notes will tell you, giving an overview of what the page is about and what you can do to help the child. You'll also find in the parent section, you'll find recommended books, areas that you can print, and frequently asked questions. You'll find Between the Lines at www.pbs.org/kids. And then the link for Between the Lines is on that page. Back to you, Lisa.
Thanks, John. Well, that's all the time we have. Please remember that you can contact us with your suggestions at Classroom Connection, WFSU TV, 1600 Red Barber Plaza, Tallahassee, 32310. Or you can email us at wfsu.org. As we close, we'll leave you with some thoughts and comments about politics and voting from 7th and 8th graders at Bellevue Middle School. Until next time, thanks for watching as we build your Classroom Connection.
If you were president, what would you want to do? What are the things that concern you?
Well, a lot is homeless kids and child abuse. That's one thing I'm really worried about, and the number of homeless people and murders in America.
What are the things that matter most to you?
I would guess education, because I would like all the schools to be like this one, because it really helped me excel in my grades.
What do you think? Do you think we'll ever have a woman running for president?
Hopefully soon.
Do you think you'd ever want to run for president?
Maybe not for president, maybe smaller office.
Well, that'd be great. How would you feel if a woman ran for president?
I would, be happy because, it's about time that women start going into politics and things, not just like standing behind the curtain and not doing anything. They should be able to speak their minds, and if they want to do something to change the community, then they should get out and run in politics.
Local support for this program is provided in part by the North Florida Education Credit Union, a full-service, not-for-profit financial cooperative meeting the banking needs of consumers since 1954. North Florida Education Credit Union, the power to do more.